What can high street estate agents learn from their self-employed estate agency cousins? You've written this estate agency book, 5 Mile Famous, where you talk about how estate agents need to be hyper-local with regard to their marketing to attract vendors and landlords to them. Tell me, what could high street agents learn from self-employed agents? Talk to me.
Well, I think one of the things that I've noticed, because I work with both high street agents and self-employed agents pretty much all the way from Highlands of Scotland all the way down to Devon and Cornwall. One thing that I have noticed is that the self-employed agents typically are much better at being what I would call inspirational and engaging than their high street equivalents. I think inevitably that comes from actually getting your face out there, because humans like to get to know other humans rather than a corporate body. And I think another trap, slight tangent, but I think most estate agents, even the bigger ones, the regional groups, try to appear more, I would say, professional with a big P than actually is beneficial to them. So, it translates into their property listings where they use lots of big long words to try and appear cleverer than they are. But also they try to appear more corporate than they really need to be. If you're a local independent agent, for God's sake, don't try and out-corporate the corporates, because they've got that nailed. Whereas your self-employed agents, it's very much about them. So you can see them. They quite often share a hell of a lot more, both about why they became an agent, what their big idea is. And I think that's one of the crucial things that I cover in 5 Mile Famous, that you need to be inspiring. You need to actually create a tribe of people who get what you're doing. As a result of that, inevitably, there will be a group of people who don't get what you're doing or don't like what you're doing, and that's absolutely fine. But, it's far better to polarize people and create that loyal tribe than just be vanilla and try not to offend everyone.
When you try and please everyone, you please no one.
No.
I'm reading this thing that, there is a very well-known estate agent in the industry called Tony Ruby from Grantham, the fam, as we, G-Town. But joking aside, he posts, you say in the book here, are you doing it for your family? He posted a post about his first listing and how it would affect 4 families. And that post went viral. And isn't it fascinating that within the first 9 months of him opening, he was in the top 2 estate agents? There's not many self-employed estate agents who are in the top 2 within 9 months. I know recently EXP just, shouted from the rooftops that they put 1,000 properties on the market. But that's only just over 3 an agent.
No, I know.
So, but he's like pulling trees up.
But I think it's the approach. It's not being afraid to share what you're doing, why you're doing it. A lot of the self-employed estate agents are offering more of a bespoke personal service, and that can be quite a general glib phrase that people can just bandy about. It's like, but what does that actually mean?
Yeah, what does it mean? Surely it must start with their marketing.
I think it starts with taking more care of the marketing, and I think and being able to show that they take a personal interest. That it's not just a sausage machine, which I think people wrongly assume about estate agent. That they think it's a sausage machine where literally it's just push a button and it appears on Rightmove. They will take more care. But I think it's articulating that in a way that isn't just talking about me. It's articulating it in a way that actually provides a benefit for the vendor.
So, you've famously said in the book, it's as opposed to marketing, it's mattering. I think that's what you said in the book, isn't it?
Yeah. I think people need to ask themselves the hard question. If their estate agency disappeared off the high street overnight, would anybody A, notice, or B, care? And I think people could get a bit of a shock and surprise to find that probably nobody would notice, and if they did notice, they wouldn't really care. So the whole changing from marketing to mattering comes from, I'm sure it was Daniel Priestley, who I know you read and follow, who said you should change your marketing budget to a remarkable budget. So it's having something that will leave a lasting impact and impression.
Yes, because remarkable is people are remarking about you.
Exactly. That's the definition. Someone will, without prompting, talk to the mate in the pub. Oh, you'll never guess what so-and-so estate agent did. Well, that's not going to happen if you're just
listing.
listing.
Oh, did you see so-and-so estate agent? Their market share has gone from 4.6 to 4.8. Ooh. Sorry.
But it can also work for lettings as well, in the sense that you can run an incredibly well-run, efficient letting agent where you're fully compliant, you tick all the property management boxes, and overall the impression that you give your landlords and tenants is, whereas actually empowering your staff to, just something simple, like if you find out that the tenant's daughter's just passed the driving test, send a card or something like that. Cost you a quid and a postage stamp or something like that, but it's going to have a much more long-lasting impact. People are going to probably talk about it, and it is being remarkable. It is mattering rather than marketing.
And that's what you think agents could learn.
I think that's what self-employed agents do better, and it's partially because more often than not, they haven't got anybody to answer to. So if they come up with an idea, they can just go and do it. Whereas if you've got an estate agency branch, someone may have to speak to the branch manager or the owner or something like that.
Go through marketing, God forbid. Thank you for your time today, Neil. Exceptional as always.
Cheers.